We are officially live. This is episode of Love and Chokes 319. And, it's the someday in the month of August. And I'm
It's,
here with. As what?
it's someday.
It's
We don't know
some.
what day it
It's
is.
the 12th. I know it's someday. It's,
It's
August.
Thursday.
It's August 12th. It's a Thursday. The year 2021. We are now in variant Delta. That is the new thing that's in the streets.
What about Lambda?
Lambda's not as powerful as Delta yet.
Oh shit.
Yeah, Delta's the one that's putting people down.
So we fear D's,
Yes,
but not L's.
exactly. That's right.
You better fear nuts.
Exactly D's genitals, all genitals, genitalia, and then
I know exactly what that is.
yeah, no, you don't. And yeah, it's crazy actually because I don't know if you've seen the reports that New York and even certain places in Ohio are starting to do this too, where they require you to have your vaccination card for you to enter.
Yeah, I mean, fuck. I'm not a doctor, nor am I a politician. And never have I been more glad that is the case. Because I bet if you're a fucking podiatrist, people want to think of you as like some kind of COVID expert right now. You know what I mean? They're like, yo, doctor fucking so-and-so, help me with this fucking idea about COVID, or I'm scared about this. And like, he's like, look, man, I fucking look at people's feet, dog. Like, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. I have the news too.
Yeah. I got
So
this.
yeah, it's a strange time.
It's super strange.
It's a strange time. It seemed like we were just getting out of this shit. It seemed like everything was going to go back to normal, and now it seems like it may or may not. I don't know. I'll tell you this. I'm still practicing jiu-jitsu in person in Las Vegas. I'm grateful for that for multiple reasons. One, my sanity. Two, my bank account. You know what I mean? So, like, I don't want these variants and these Greek fucking letters coming in here. These fucking Greeks. That's the problem.
Go back to where you came from, bud.
Get out of here, you Hellenistic motherfucker.
That's right.
Get out of here, COVID variant. With your deltas and your lambdas. Is there any other ones?
Gamma.
Is there a gamma?
There's a gamma.
Of course there's a gamma. God damn
Yeah.
it.
All these.
Yeah, but hopefully we keep working towards solutions for these things that make people feel comfortable and able to continue with their daily lives. Like, I just want us living our fucking lives, dog. That's all I'm looking for.
Oh shit! Whoa. Well, you know what? You can be excited. The Black Planet takeover is happening, or not even know if it's Black Planet. It might be minority countries takeovers happening. U.S. population is now less than 60% white. So look at that. It's just the sickle is coming down. Sorry.
Yeah.
No. Balance.
Okay, so
not balance. Not sickle. The
first of all, fuck all these teams.
Scales.
Right? Fuck the entire idea of it, except for where you can gain some kind of joy from, like, cultural tradition. Anytime it makes you feel like you're a part of something or separate from someone else, it's fucking stupid. However, let's not also act like just because it's 60% white or less than 60% white means that other is in any way united.
Yeah.
The other is not united, nor is the 60% that is white. So, like, these numbers aren't truly relevant, in my opinion. It's like a fun fact. It's like, oh, like, the numbers are shifting. That's interesting, right? It's interesting, but I don't want to draw any conclusions from that other than that's interesting, because I think the cultural things that happen, like, because of how people are raised and what books they've read and who they choose to fucking kick it with, are much more interesting than the racial numbers.
I think that's true. I also think you shouldn't tell people to do their cultural, do any cultural
What?
thing.
That
Nah.
shit sounds fun to me.
Nah, man.
God.
Nah, man, because some people's culture is about killing other people.
That's not really true. You're a piece of shit. You're like, well, it is my cultural tradition to put this bomb on my chest and hop on a bus. This is what we do where I'm from.
That's what you took it.
I have the right to
You
practice
took it
this
like
tradition.
that. You took it like that. I didn't say that. That's not what I was saying at all. I wasn't talking
I'm
about.
talking about cookouts and like I don't know quinceañeras and shit. I'm like, if you want to do that, like you want to have a bar mitzvah or something. I'm cool with that. Like I'm cool with that. You wanna fucking behead a goat somewhere and fucking do whatever people do that behead goats. I'm cool with that too. Like if there's a cultural celebration or something like that, it's cool. I just think that anytime we're fucking with identity, things can get dangerous and weird.
Yeah, that's true. Tis
So,
true.
lighter topic. Wait, no, fuck that. We were gonna meet before, Anthony.
Mm-hmm.
We were gonna meet before in this very format, probably in these very rooms that we are in right now. But you know what happened, Anthony?
The Mother Nature.
That's one way to put it, Anthony.
Yeah.
I stick by what I said in text.
Would you? Oh, the hurricanes.
I stick by what I said in text, and I believe it is my honest belief that John Lawrence has unleashed or had unleashed some form of hurricane from his academy by the same name. If you're experiencing 80-mile-an-hour winds in Ohio, I would call that some form of hurricane. And what is the name of the school? Opened and designed, which is the key here, designed by one John Lawrence. What is the name of this school, Anthony?
Okay, tinfoil hat. It's called the Hurricane.
What is the name?
Hurricane.
Don't
Hurricane.
you fucking tinfoil hat me, Anthony.
Hurricane Jiu-Jitsu.
Yeah. So is it? And let's also add to this that this man they call John Lawrence isn't from Cleveland and may have a reason to want to control and destroy the city. Especially in my absence, Anthony.
Well, it's okay. You know what? It's all right because I'm going to his city to do a takeover. I'm going to where I'm going there. The takeover's happening.
We cannot discuss our plans.
The retaliation.
What I'm saying is, I think we should know that I want everyone to know that I know that he's out here trying to control the weather. And we won't stand for it. We won't stand for it much longer. You know?
Yeah.
I think if you have the ability to build a beautiful facility for your students and like somewhere cool to train with a fucking sauna in it, then you might also have the ability to control the weather. Plus, isn't John Lawrence the name of the bad guy in Karate Kid?
I think so.
I believe it is, Anthony. I think that's all you need to know. Case closed. Case fucking closed.
Yep,
And,
Karate
there's
Kid.
any doubt I did everything I just said because that makes total sense. Because I must be speaking from my heart, Anthony. I must be.
It must be the truth otherwise.
It must be. Who would make jokes?
No one else could. No one else.
I'm just saying. Hurricane.
Tinfoil hat conspiracy.
I'm just saying. I stick by my story. What I really want to talk about is the fucking UFC.
Mm-hmm.
The fucking heavyweight division is extraordinarily interesting right this second. And everyone, I don't know, man. I feel like it's uniquely interesting right now. The fact that John Jones wants to be involved in it. The fact that he's been offered a fight with Stipe Miocic, who you could argue is the greatest heavyweight of all time if we're only measuring it by on-paper accomplishments. That's a factual thing.
True. Question.
Also from Cleveland and probably affected by that villain John Lawrence.
Probably.
That terrible storm that he put upon our city.
He was a fireman.
In my absence.
He was probably helping out. He's a fireman. So he's probably out there saving lives, clearing trees, getting kittens out of stuck tree branches.
Who knows?
Who knows? Clearing power lines. Yeah, he's a man. He's a man's man. But question.
He's also to fight John Jones.
When? When was this? When? Who said this? When? What year? What year was this?
Real.
When? Who? What year? And what year did they say this? When did they announce
In
this?
what year happened?
No, what year did they say, "Hey, John Jones has been offered to fight Stipe"? Was it 2020? Was it 2019?
Yeah. Dana White said this like less than 10 days ago.
Oh, less than 10 days ago. Oh man.
And that Stipe has accepted it, and we're waiting on John Jones.
So it's not gonna happen.
That is the story as I understand it. Right? So the fact that the greatest fucking fighter,
It's not happening.
especially if we're just talking about results. Who else is in the conversation? Khabib?
No, nobody. Well, that's true. Yeah, but they're not. No, John Jones said no.
He said no to Stipe?
Our morning report. Michael Winklejohn says John says no. He's not interested in the fight. John wants the biggest challenge.
Why?
What'd you say?
Maybe he didn't see it clearly. Maybe he doesn't know what happened.
Doesn't see it clearly.
No, he knows everything, actually. He's a fucking genius. I have nothing but respect for that guy. I don't know why. I just feel like talking shit today.
That's funny. That's funny. Like, you didn't see it coming.
But really, only about people that I have like affection for. Only about people that I like. Or like think highly of. I think highly of Winklejohn, so I'm like, oh yeah? Well, that dude's got one eye, so what does he know? It's like a lot. He knows a lot. Like way more than you, Darren. Like that's what he knows. You dumb fuck. So then the other thing that I think is extraordinarily interesting, and Dana pointed it out right away, and the story writes it fucking self, is that Cyril versus Ngannou is a crazy story.
Yeah.
It's a crazy story. And if they do it in France, which has only recently legalized mixed martial arts, if they find a way to get that fight in France, they could do that shit in a fucking soccer stadium. They could do that shit with 100,000 screaming motherfuckers. Because the story that you can tell about that fight is insanity. Francis was from that gym. So when Cyril walked over to his coach, and he's like, this is for us, this is for you. That's the same guy that Francis left and came to America and is now training with the people he's training with. He's at Extreme Couture with Eric Nixick. And now you got Cyril who stayed at home. And the guy that stayed at home is now the interim champion. And it is only reasonable and logical that the interim champion has to fight the current champion so that you have an undisputed championship. What Dana White said was that Vince McMahon could not have scripted this. Like, that two guys from the same gym choose different paths to the same goal. Both arrive at that goal and now must face one another. Let's go. But let's go to France.
But don't we have this like all the time though?
No.
Don't we have this like all the time? Like didn't we have this like a couple months ago with like Kamaru Usman and then Gilbert Burns?
No. Hell no.
We didn't. They trained at the same place. They separated.
No, they trained at the same place like at a certain point. Like these dudes were trained in the same gym.
Yeah, like literally they trained at the same place. Then they separated. He gets the title shot and then has to go face his former teammate. Don't we have this happen all the time? Isn't this like regular stuff? Isn't this like are we
like big black guys though?
Maybe it's just different brown shaded guys. But I'm like, really? Are we selling tickets here? Are we just selling tickets right now? Did you get caught up in the?
It's cooler when they're big black guys, Anthony.
Did you get caught up in the mix? Are you? Is your paycheck?
Look.
Is that your new paycheck? Does it say Dana White? Is that who signs it now?
Don't speak his name in a negative tone, Anthony.
It is D-Dog. He's
D-Dubs.
D-Dubs.
That's what his name is in my phone.
Dana White privilege.
That's in no way true. I don't have that phone number. And I don't want to get it on some sneak shit.
Nope. Because that'd be
You know what I'm saying?
That'd be creepy.
I'm not going to ask the homie for the number and be like, hey, can I have Dana's number so I can just have it in my phone?
It's so weird.
so I can just have it.
That makes less sense. That makes less sense.
It makes perfect sense. People collect all kinds of things, Anthony. Like, what if that's it? What if I start collecting phone numbers? If I was like, I want Rihanna's phone number.
How do you know that it's Rihanna's phone number though?
You would have to just know.
You wouldn't, yeah, but like you wouldn't be able to, like, nobody would be able to verify that unless they knew.
Yes. So like maybe you could like watch them call that person, and then that person has to pass you the number for X or Y. Like you're like, look, I want Justin Bieber's phone number, and I want it right now. And the guy that has it or the girl that has it is like, cool. For $25,000, you can have it, and for $100,000, we can call him right now, and then you can have it. Right? And I'm just making up a random number, which is way too high. Right? Like, this nigga will probably do a cameo for $1,500. Like, but anyway.
That's true.
What if someone made a hobby out of collecting phone numbers? I don't think it's that crazy, actually.
It's just like you can't, like, it's a thing that like you can't verify it. It's just weird.
You can verify it. There are ways of verifying.
Well, because then if you call it and you be like,
if you did some creepy shit, then you would like it would just be that you had it. It's like a piece of art. It's like an NFT. It's like even if they change it, and on this day at this time, I had Michael Jackson's phone number. That would be fucking cool, Anthony. Actually, I'm gonna do it. Fuck you, Anthony.
All right, go get somebody's number and then just brag to people. Not even brag to anybody. Just be like,
but see, no one famous enough anymore. That's like interesting enough. Like Michael Jackson and Prince are both dead, so now nobody's famous to me anymore. Maybe Madonna.
Dave
if I have
Chappelle.
Madonna's phone number, I'd be pretty psyched about it.
Dave Chappelle. What if you got Dave Chappelle's phone number?
That would be awesome, but it's not ridiculously impressive to me.
All right, the Queen of England.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like someone that you would think there's no possible way I could interact with this person. Do you know what I'm saying?
Is your brain thinking that like
I could interact with Dave Chappelle?
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Yeah, I was gonna say your brain thinks that, and that's the funniest part about it.
My brain does think that there's like a moment where I can interact with Dave Chappelle for like 15 minutes, and that's not crazy. Like I could see him, like that could happen. But I would never just be able to kick it with Michael Jackson for 15 minutes. Like that would never happen, right? Like there's no reason that me and Michael Jackson would be in the same room for 15 minutes. Like I would never meet Michael Jackson. He's a different level of famous. Like Dave Chappelle made sure that he kept his like real personhood by making certain choices. By moving to my beautiful state.
Yeah. Moving to Dayton.
So there's no way it's impossible. Like it's not reasonable for me to think of him as a person I could meet. He made sure that it was more reasonable that I could do so. Yeah. Does that make sense?
That's true. I'll give you that. See, you need somebody who still thinks that they're so important that they're impossible to talk to. That's what you do. You need people who were famous in an era before the internet, and then that they still feel like they're that famous in the era of the internet.
Name them. Name one.
I think anybody, like you said, like what's it called? Like whatever that person you said before. I'm trying to think of anybody famous in the.
Madonna, I think, might be the last living celebrity.
What about Dolly Parton?
Oh, but she's like a real queen. If I met Dolly Parton, I would probably cry. She's the queen of the universe. Dolly Parton is the shit.
Or
like for real. That's a shoot. Like when I was talking about like John Lawrence controlling the weather and Mike Winkeljohn not being awesome and shit, that's a work. But Dolly Parton is really actually one of my real and like true heroes. So like that would be some shit.
About Lisa
but I don't
Bonet.
think of her as a celebrity. I think of her as a real artist.
What about Lisa Bonet?
Why are you trying to talk about my ex-wife?
At least, I mean, who's her new? What is it? Who's her new wife? Isn't it like
what?
Jason Momoa?
Oh God damn it!
Isn't that right? Isn't that his wife? He's got like this giant hulking man with long hair.
First of all, wants my nemesis, you know, like, or my nemesis. She's always trying to talk to my nemesis. Like, I don't fuck with Lenny Kravitz, really, you know?
Yeah.
They stole my woman. And Jason Momoa is in the same situation. Jason Momoa is in deep trouble. And I almost said his name wrong. Roman Reigns is on his way. Roman Reigns is in deep trouble with me right now.
All these people, I'm just saying, all these people are famous enough in your mind that they were still famous back in the day. They're so famous that they think that yeah. So all these are the people that would fit your spot. There you go.
But fucking bash them up.
Even what's his face? The dude, I can't think of his name. Diamond rings and alligators on his feet, and not Conor McGregor.
Oh,
no, not McGregor. The other one. God damn it. It's the Wild Boy. Nature Boy. Nature Boy.
Yeah, Ric Flair.
Ric Flair.
No, you know what sucks?
What?
So Ric Flair doesn't work for WWE anymore. A bunch of people are getting released. Like, everybody's fired, basically. Not everybody, but, like, obviously. But a ton of people have been fired from there. And it just, like, it pisses me off every time that happens. But I want to talk about these heavyweights more.
We can talk about these heavyweights more. I want to make you cry a little bit first. Are you excited to see your hero go to bare knuckle boxing?
Which one?
Fabio's student.
Fabio.
Yeah, that Sanchez, Diego Sanchez.
Diego's in bare knuckle.
The bare knuckle fighting championship teases Diego Sanchez pending medicals.
Oh man, I mean, I'm not a fan of it. Didn't he have a fight where he didn't throw any fucking punches at all?
I think so, yeah.
So, I'm not a big fan. I don't want to see that. I think there's other ways that Diego can make some money. If I'm wrong, I hope they pay him super, super well and that he gets out of it whole. But yeah, that doesn't excite me. I'm not excited to see Diego Sanchez fight in bare knuckle. I'll say that, like, flat out.
Yeah.
Not excited about that at all. Hope he gets a great payday and that he gets out of it without any serious damage. What weight would he be fighting at? 70? 55?
Let's see what they did for the teaser. Yeah, we have some great talks.
Let Diego fight Blueface.
They don't talk about it.
And then I'm in. Diego versus Blueface. You got me.
Blueface. All right, let's go. While I'm looking up the weight, maybe him and Chad are gonna fight. Who knows? That'd be a terrible match.
No.
That'd be a terrible match. It's like two UFC vets, first day on the job. First day on the job. But no. Let's talk about these heavyweights. I think I was super sad to hear that Cyril won against Derick Lewis, because my theory was correct, is that Derick Lewis is our generation's Mark Hunt. He's the person that's exciting for the fans. They know him. They like him. He says outlandish things. He hits hard, and that's all he does. He hits really hard. He's not submitting everybody, but he has better anti-jiu-jitsu than Mark Hunt. But he's literally a carbon copy of Mark Hunt. And I think, which is sad, because it means he has the same Mark Hunt legacy, possibly, being so close to being a champ in the UFC, but no dice.
I mean, this was his moment.
Yeah.
This was his moment. He's in his home state. His hometown, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
And he's fighting for a piece of the heavyweight championship of the world. And he never really uncorked it, you know? Right. And I I don't mean to be a critic, but this is a critic's place in this moment. Like, he didn't put himself in a position to win. And I don't know if there is a reason for that, if there's like an injury he's dealing with, but he never really got started in that fight in any kind of credible way. And that's just a fact. So I feel for that guy, because I don't know if you're right about that. I don't know if he's in that kind of like permanent bridesmaid status where it's like you're a great guy to watch and you have some great results, but you don't get to be the guy. Right? Like, you don't get to be the guy with the belt and the fucking pictures. You're not going to be popping that bottle of champagne. That's not going to be you. But you can make a lot of money in this sport, and you'll be a beloved character in this sport. Right? I don't think that's necessarily his role, because every heavyweight in the world are like a fucking handful of combinations away from being world champion.
Yeah.
And of those fighters, Derick Lewis has the most dynamite behind those kinds of ideas, right? So it's like he could put 3 wins together, 3 impressive wins together like that, and be back in the conversation for the belt or be champion already. So with that being the reality, I don't think you can ever count that guy out as a potential champion. But I understand what you're saying, and I can't say that you're actually wrong. It's more that I hope that you fucking are.
I hope so,
Because
too.
I would love to see Derick with that belt.
It's just hard. It's hard to say that because I'm like, who are you going to fight? Like, because I'm pretty sure. So, like, for example, right? So the only person he could fight is literally Stipe. Stipe is not going to want to fight him because, like, he has to wait another 3 months for him to get a clearance, right? You got Alexander Volkov already beat the brakes off of him. Curtis Blades made him hit the ground twice. You got Jairzinho Rosenstruck, who's fighting. Who's he fighting? I think he's fighting Curtis. And then the next person you got Shamil Abaduz. I think he's like I don't know what he is. He's a guy named Shamil. He's fighting as well. And so he's locked up already. And then you got Marcin Tybura, which I'm thinking he put the beats to him already. So a lot of like the top 8 is already kind of out the books.
Let's play out for a second. You don't have to go right back to work. I'm sure that was a decent payday, and hopefully Derick's made some good decisions. Like, you don't have to go right back to work. He could sit for 3 months.
Oh yeah, I agree. You could sit.
Let you fighters fight each other. See where things are. Who knows what's going to be happening in that division in 3 months?
Nothing.
You don't got to get matched up right this second. Take your time, Mr. Lewis. And really take your time and choose your fights wisely.
Yeah.
Put yourself in a position where you can put together 3 dramatic wins, and now you're back to being champion of the world again.
Yeah. But yeah, nothing's gonna happen in that division in the next 3 to 6 months. Like if we between John Jones and Francis Ngannou, I don't see anything happening in the next 6 months. Like probably what's gonna happen is by 2022, that's when the heavyweight fight's gonna happen. There's not gonna be any fight this year. It's just not happening. Huh?
Will the heavyweight title be decided in Las Vegas, Nevada, or France?
Las Vegas.
You think so?
I think so. I think they're not gonna be like right now. So right now they're doing. So first off, they're doing that vaccine passport thing in France. Like that is a real thing.
Oh God!
So
damn it.
So like at least 30% of the fighters, you got to convince them to get the vaccine.
You just ruined my whole day.
Yeah.
Like with your fucking facts.
Yeah. They've been having protests for the last I think it was 4 weeks. Like they protested when they first announced it. They've been protesting.
Can they just behead who's ever currently in charge and put somebody in charge who's a huge MMA fan, and we can get this shit cracking in a soccer stadium full of fucking crazy ass conservative people who don't give a fuck about COVID, and we can just do the fight the way it's supposed to be done. And if a few people die, Anthony,
It's okay.
that would be a fucking terrible tragedy. And I'm just fucking around. But I want to see that fight. I want to see that fight in that way.
We can use the soccer stadium as a mass grave. Just start burying people.
We are shit.
But yeah, I would like to see that fight too. I mean, it's gonna happen. Don't get me wrong. It's not like I'm saying it's not gonna happen. It's just not gonna happen in France. At least
Not going down in France because they're fucking weird over there.
It's weird. I mean, we're following that suit too. So don't worry.
Are we?
Yeah, New York's already thinking about doing this. They've already talked about it. Certain places in Ohio, like certain like locations themselves, like businesses themselves, have required you to bring them, and so. But like a governor, I think it was like either the mayor of New York City, it said that was suggesting that change, and I think is gonna make that pass. Yeah, it's gonna be a thing for some people, not everybody, but some people.
I hate everything.
But yeah, but Derick, it's over. Cyril, enjoy. You can
Whoa,
have.
slow down, Derick. It's over. You're a son of a bitch.
It's over in terms of the choice. Is like I'm sorry. The window is closing for you to be a heavyweight champion of the world. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Cyril, you're gonna have that belt's gonna get dusty. Don't worry. Because nothing's gonna happen until next year. John Jones, they should just turn the light off that guy. He should just be in witness protection program. Like, you know how they have it's like his face is on the UFC website. Like, I really just want it to just be grayed out, and it's just like, this is the pound for pound best in the world if he ever fights, and then that's what they should say or something. Because it's like, you can't be the pound for pound number one if you haven't fought in like 2 years. I'm sorry.
That's a fair statement.
Like, when was the last fight he had? Like, it was, it was.
Go on.
It was.
If you're currently fighting.
It was Reyes, yeah.
Who does that title go to then?
Who?
I'm asking you.
About between Cyril and Francis?
For pound number one guy.
Oh, pound for pound number one right now? That's a great question. Let me go back and look around at the list and kind of think about it. I'd say either Kumar Usman makes sense, I guess. I mean that'd be my guess. I mean, he's number 2 right now. I would say Kumar or Volkanovski, Alexander Volkanovski.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so does that mean you're gonna take Volkanovski over Ortega coming up soon?
Yeah, I think I'll take him. I think that dude. I think that Volkanovski guy just knows how to fight. He just knows. I know it's a dumb commentator thing to say, or dumb generic sports guy, but I really think he is arms and legs above this person. Like, there's.
Wow.
Yeah, I don't think it's like, I think it'll be a fight. It'll be competitive, but I think you'll see Alexander just kind of holding it down pretty good, because he always makes adjustments. What I really want to see more than anything else, fuck all those guys, is can we get Peter Yan a fight against Sterling and then get that over with?
Yeah. What the fuck hasn't that happened yet? Are they injured or something?
I think somebody got injured recently.
Okay.
Yeah, I think Aljamain Sterling got injured, maybe. Let me make sure.
Okay, I can live with that, because I'm like, why are you holding up the lunch line?
Right, because I kind of want to see Peter Yan just come in and just break everyone.
Slips for everyone.
Everybody. He's just crush them. Just crush everybody. I get it. Oh, I guess let's talk about. What'd you say?
Why your teammates eat slip?
Yeah. Your teammate eats slap. I want to change his face. I want to eat his heart. I want to bite his heart. It's like, oh,
dark,
man. Hey, super cool. It's like, let's talk about you can teach an old dog some new tricks. Although they said he was done, but he comes back and boxes the shit off of that dude.
He really did look great.
Yeah.
Jose looked, and
hopefully some pop for
the
steroids.
thing is, like, he's looking different.
Yeah.
He doesn't look like he used to look, but like, there's a lesson in that. Like, as you age, if you want to continue to be successful, you might have to rely on different attributes in different parts of your game, in different stages of your life. So, like, maybe the thing that makes you special at 35 is different than the thing that made you special when you were 25, right?
Mm-hmm.
But there's still something about you that's special enough to find a way to victory. You know?
Yeah.
Trust me, I need to believe that right now. I'm just getting back to training, and my body is not really reacting to it very well. Like, my ribs are just fucking for shit. They're just for shit. And, like, I'm at a point where, like, I feel like whether I train or not is no longer a thing I can consider. I don't have time. What I do have time to do is decide who I will train with and at what level I will train. But, like, a day off, I don't think there's time for days off ever again. Which sounds crazy, I guess, but it doesn't feel crazy. Does it sound crazy to you?
It doesn't. It doesn't sound crazy. It doesn't feel crazy. But what does sound crazy is what you do after the training days. That's what sounds crazy. Which is like not stretching.
Don't take myself at all?
Like not stretching, not icing, not getting adequate amounts of sleep.
Yo, what do we know about lidocaine?
Lidocaine, it's good until you take too much of it, and then you shouldn't.
Tell me about lidocaine right now, or I'll fucking hit you with this massage gun.
Lidocaine.
I mean it.
Let's see. Let's see.
Tell me everything.
Lidocaine. Blah, blah, blah. I don't need to know about that.
Action.
Metabolism. I don't care about that. What do you want to know about it?
I want to know if I should put it on my ribs or not. What's it gonna feel like on my ribs, Daddy?
Well, from what I know, from what's that dude, Boss Rutan, is that lidocaine works temporarily, and then it doesn't. Lidocaine on the ribs. He was able to fight. You have lidocaine patches? Is it like a syringe? Is it?
I have patches.
Lidocaine patches are a safe, effective adjunct for rib fracture pain.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's see. Resulted in sustained reduction in pain, outlasting the duration of therapy. So, don't know what that means, but it sounds like.
It sounds like do those drugs.
Sounds like take those things. Yeah, take them.
Take those drugs, kids.
Yeah, I don't know how you follow the box. Don't do two. Do one.
Do one.
Yeah, well, whatever the box says. Do use whatever the box says, or the package.
Yeah. Do drugs correctly, kids.
Yeah. It's not like anything else where it says like, oh, you should take 2 of these. It's like, well, I should take 4 because I'm not a pussy. It's not like.
Whoa.
Hey man, have you ever done that before? Where it's like says take 2 and you double up. You're like, I'll take 4.
Sir.
Yeah, do that for cold medicine on times when I feel sick. I'm like, oh yeah. 2 should work, but 4 should really work, right? Right.
That's essentially my approach to cold medicine. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the move. It's like 4 should make you better faster.
Does it not?
No, it doesn't. That doesn't do shit for you. I think it's like there's like a certain point where it's just too much and you just pee it out of your body anyway.
Lidocaine, our weird news. What's our weird?
Weird news. Oh, did you? Okay, gotcha. Man says he killed his kids over QAnon conspiracy theories and serpent DNA, fearing they'd become monsters.
Oh no.
Yeah.
See, all right, so you can't blame the people who pass along QAnon shit or even the reptile people for this kind of shit. Because these kinds of things will happen and this kind of person is going to snap and kill their fucking family. It's just like the last article that they read before they did it is going to be the reason. Do you know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah. That's like, kind of what happened.
He could have, like, put them all in Nikes and slipped him a fucking Mickey. And, like, then it would have been Heaven's Gate's fault, right? But it's not anybody's fault. It's like that's deep mental illness that even makes you commit to that belief and take it to the level where you would take it from, like, hey, I think this might be possible to I have to kill my family or only bad things will happen.
Yeah. And that's kind of what he says. So the way the story goes is this California surfing school owner was charged Wednesday with killing his 2 children with a spear gun in Mexico because he believed they would become monsters, authorities said. Matthew Taylor Coleman, 40, of Santa Barbara, is facing a federal charge of the foreign murder of
Do
U.S.
you have a picture of this motherfucker?
Oh, I do have a picture of
And
everybody.
before you,
You make it really sad.
if you did,
Yeah.
does he look like we think he looks?
Not a picture of him like arrested, but like a picture of him.
I would like to see him.
All right, let me share with the people. Let's see. Oh wait, no, that's not. I'm sharing the wrong thing. I'm like trying to click something. It doesn't exist.
Not porn.
No, not that. I was clicking to share a screen, and I can't share that screen. Can you see this, or do you see yourself?
I see myself.
All right, stop sharing.
I don't see.
Let's see. All right. There we go. We'll do this. Start sharing.
I see myself.
All right.
And I hate what I see, Anthony. Oh, you know what? He doesn't look like what I thought he would look like.
Right.
He doesn't look exceptionally scary.
Yeah. But those are the kids he killed.
Poor people.
Yeah, those are the kids he killed.
That sucks.
And that age group too.
Fuck that guy.
Yeah, he shot them both in the chest with a spear gun. Let's see. He believed his children were going to grow into monsters, so he had to kill them. A farm worker found the children's bodies on Monday at a ranch near Rosatero. Coleman and the children had been checked into a hotel on Saturday, but then blah, blah, blah. The man returned alone later that morning, then left the hotel for good. And then apparently what happened was like he just like they were supposed to go on a trip and like nobody noticed that it was going to be a big deal. There's no signs. But Coleman was detained at the border checkpoint where during an interview with an FBI agent, he explained that he was enlightened by QAnon and Illuminati conspiracy theories and was receiving visions and signs revealing that his wife possessed serpent DNA and passed it on to his children.
Oh my god, dude. Like, look. I wish that, like, when people started expressing this kind of shit, we could get them the kind of help that would be helpful.
Oh, I
if
agree.
it's helpful. And, like, if not, the second that you try to kill your family, I wish that, like, you know, like in Battle Royale, there were these collars. If you went outside of the zone,
It just blew up.
your collar would explode and it would fucking kill you.
Yeah.
I wish this motherfucker was wearing a collar the second he decided to try to hurt his family.
Yeah, I wish something would happen. It's just it's just all of it's dark. Like on the way up there, he put one of his kids in a box to make them ride to Mexico. I was like, oh my god.
It's like, well, they're snakes. They have to be put in boxes.
Yeah,
You can't treat them like children anymore. They're snakes.
it's so crazy.
Yeah, fuck that guy.
Yeah,
Like, yeah, dude. Like everyone wants to like talk around shit like that. Like, I get like mental illness is real, right?
yeah,
But like, if you're depressed, don't lump yourself in with the guy that fucking kills his family. Like, you're not of the same tribe. You're not in the same group. Like, it's not like the rainbow flag, where like if you're one piece of it, you have to accept every other fucking crazy person in the world. Like, you don't have to. You don't have to.
you really don't.
Like, but that's what happens though. Like when I'm thinking about like saying what's in my mind to say, I'm thinking about all of my friends who identify as mentally ill, and I don't want to be like, fuck this guy, because then they're gonna be like, oh, but he was mentally ill, and so am I. It's like, no, nigga, like, like
he has a problem.
You have mental cancer, and you have a mental like flu, like you have mental herpes. It like comes and goes.
Yeah, it flares up. You get flares. It flares up.
You know, this dude's terminal. And he's so terminal that to be near him is terminal.
Yeah,
So fuck him. That's all I'm saying.
yeah. No, this dude's dark, evil, Satan, all that stuff.
If you think your kids are snakes,
The fact is that you think your wife's a snake, and then that you're a snake. I'm like, what makes you think that you haven't gotten the DNA?
it's like, oh no. It's like, yeah, you should have started with yourself.
Exactly.
Remember what Jackson said? You need to start with the man in the mirror.
Exactly.
And had you started with the man in the mirror, your beautiful family would still be alive. Just
Yeah.
slither around and take over the world like you thought.
Exactly. You should have been the real hero. Kill yourself. Write the note. Tell the government. Send a message to Trump. Tell him. Kill when you become president in the next 3 years. Can you kill my wife?
Is that gonna happen?
I don't know. I mean, he might run for president, but I don't know if he'll be president. I can't predict that he'll be president in the next
There's
3
a
years.
big flag right down the street from my job.
Yeah.
Like the place where I'm working right now. There's a big flag, and I was like, "Oh, is that a thing? Are we planning ahead?"
People just haven't taken them down. Like that's the thing. Like people haven't.
No. The date on it is 2024.
Really?
It's a flag. I don't know if it was custom or if those are things that are available for sale. Check that out right now. See if you can get a Donald Trump or just a Trump 2024 flag on Amazon or anywhere else.
It's the Trump 2024 flag.
Literally click the shopping button and see if we can buy that motherfucker and how much it costs.
There's a bunch of them.
We're just out here shopping, Daddy.
$9. Take America back. Take America back. Oh no, I can't. I can't have that. Save America again.
Dude,
Fuck your feelings. 2024.
you saying that our America is not in peril, Anthony?
Make votes count again. Fix America again. If only I had a brain. I like that one. Miss me yet? That's that's a good one. That's a great one. Let me bring this up. Let me make this one bigger. That's a.
I would fly that flag outside of my house.
That's hilarious.
And not even on his team. That's just a fucking amazing piece of art.
Yeah, it is a really good piece of art. It's like that's good. So you get this flag where he's like basically a tank. He's got money. He's got Trump flags.
That's crazy too.
Yeah. Oh yeah, there's a good site for this.
He's got real fans out here. Show me some Biden fan art right now.
America AF store.
We need Joe Biden fan art.
There you go. Here you go. Here's the patriotic nation. So this is all the great stuff like this. So you got, let's see.
But a lot of these are ugly.
Let's see if we can find some Joe Biden ones.
Is there anyone that loves Joe Biden as much as some people love Donald Trump?
The Reagan Raptor one, I gotta imagine that's pretty good.
Dude, people love Ronald Reagan. He was the man.
Let's see, Joe Biden. I probably didn't even spell his name right. Is it one Biden?
1DEN.
Yeah, nobody loves Joe Biden. Joe Biden.
I don't even watch the fucking news.
Shirts.
And I know how to spell this motherfucker.
Let's see. They have Biden, Harris. They got clown. I'd sniff that.
I don't see anything as inspired. I'm not even fucking playing right now. Do you?
I don't. I really don't.
So Donald Trump's fans are awesome, and Joe Biden's fans suck.
I mean, basically, all the shirts that are on here are for.
These shirts are whack.
These shirts are all for Donald Trump
Not
fans.
a single dope Joe Biden shirt. If I wanted to rock Joe Biden and that was my man, you guys are not helping me ride for him at all.
There you go.
But Donald Trump people are pumping up the propaganda with fucking dope images on them, like trying to get all of the fandom. That's the best thing they got right there.
Right. Everything else is like just him just getting shitted on. That's what I do. I sniff stuff and forget things. Come on, man.
See, so the other team has good shit.
Let's see. What's the other one?
The other team has the good shit.
I need brains.
That's not so great.
Let's see. Biden's not my, the thing. Biden hair.
Oh, is he sniffing her?
Yeah, taking the hands-on approach. I can smell a better future.
Yo, what's going on with that governor of New York, that Cuomo guy?
Oh, Cuomo? Oh yeah, he killed everybody's grandparents during the COVID era, and then started sexually harassing women. That's exactly what he did. That's what he does. You mean Meatball? You mean President? You mean Governor Meatball? Him and his brother.
You were like, because I thought there's a controversy about him doing something sexual.
I mean, he did do sexual stuff, but he also He's also credited for basically the reason
You're
why.
like,
The
he
reason why.
killed everyone's grandmother in New York City.
Yeah, because basically what they did is like if you lived in if you lived in like an old people's home, what they would do is they would once you got like if you were infected but weren't able to go to the hospital yet because of like overcapacity, you'd be in the old folks home. So like there's a few states that like the rates that why the rates were one of the reasons why the rates were so high in those states is because they literally put people who have a disease that kills old people near old people.
That's crazy.
It's crazy. It happened in Michigan, it happened in New York. And that's part of the reason why. Now but yeah, Governor that whole family is just a bunch of idiots. They're all morons. Andrew Cuomo, his younger brother, what's his name? I don't remember. The other one's a moron too. That said he cured COVID with chest exercises.
That's how you do it.
Yeah, He's like, yeah, but guys, look at this. He's doing lifting weights. He also has like a fake dumbbell that he like lifts up to work out in. It's like a giant dumbbell that looks weird. So let's see, Andrew Cuomo, scandal. I can't spell words. Scandal. Yeah, I got it. New York.
Yeah, but you're letting them see you try and do it.
In barely a year, Governor Cuomo went from a pandemic hero to a political pariah. Blah blah blah. James Evesky brought down the governor less than a year after he won an Emmy Award for his famous coronavirus. He won an Emmy Award for his famous coronavirus briefing?
Dude, I could get an Emmy Award tomorrow.
Let's see.
All I gotta do is make a TV show about my dick.
Let's see.
About these.
So, let's see. What is it? So, in January, officers found that Cuomo had undercounted COVID-19 deaths at nursing homes by 50%, suppressing those numbers for months. So, he basically said, whatever people died, cut it in half. We look good. Keep it up, guys. So, he cut those deaths in half. Democratic Ron Assemblyman Ron Kim.
And these are the tough decisions that politicians must make. And then, after they make them, you're supposed to fucking hide the fact that you even did it. You're not supposed to leave a fucking trail. And that's what everybody's always guilty of. People are, like, really upset with you, but at the end of the day, like, when you're the person that knows where all the bodies are buried, you have to decide how much of the truth is going to get out. And, like, nobody wants to do that job. It's not a cool job. But guess what that job entails? It entails lying to the people to whom you are serving. That's a part of it. Part of leadership is omission and lying, and you have to be selective about it. And so, like, I don't know if that was the right thing to do or not. How about that?
Right.
And neither does anybody else who's never been in that position. Like, I don't think that's a crazy thing to say.
What? To cut the numbers by 50%?
To do that, or anything else. To tell lies.
I think
sometimes you tell lies. It's
I mean,
important to do, but you do it sparingly, and you can lie by omission.
Well,
but you do that sparingly too. You don't always do it. So I don't know what the intention of telling like this version of the lie was, because in terms of the actual deaths, you telling me the percentage of people that are dead doesn't change the fact that I lose my grandmother. Or if I lose my grandmother, I have to deal with the reality of losing my grandmother. So, like, what you say about the statistics doesn't affect my fucking feelings. Do you see what I'm saying?
I agree with that, but it may
but I think
change the
make
plan.
certain decisions based upon statistics that might be in our disinterest overall. If I lie about these statistics and then we get something that helps the overall situation, which I'm just fucking speculating, then maybe the greater good is served by the lie. I don't know. I don't know the intention of the lie.
The intention,
like, that's what I would want.
The intentional lie is pretty obvious. Is that this guy was going to be one of the people that they were going to say that he should run for president, like next time around. Like that's what this thing was. This was
intention.
Well, it may have not been of ill intention, but what?
Do you see what I'm saying?
Right.
But when we're defining ill by whether or not it's selfish and career based, or if it was about something else that would have helped the greater good.
I think it would have helped the greater good, though, just to tell the truth. Because then if you know the numbers out loud, if everybody... Darren, if they say, hey, if you keep going into this room, you'll die. 100 people went in this room and they died. But instead, actually, 1,000 people go into this room and die. It's like, now we know for sure to tell all of that, no more people go into this room anymore. Nobody go here anymore. It's pretty simple.
So once more than one person has died by doing something in a pattern, you don't do it anymore.
I'm saying if the number goes from...
No, go ahead.
So, all right. So if I say 500 people die, and you're like, cool. That's not, it's whatever. We're trying to figure this out. You say 1,000 people die actually. It was actually 1,000 people, but I didn't want to tell you the truth because I thought it would have frightened you. It's like, yeah, well, if I would have known 1,000 people die.
Scare you. If 500 is not enough to scare you, then why is 1,000?
Why is 1,000? Because 1,000 is bigger than 500. It's very simple. It's like,
but 500 is not small, and if 500 is small, then 1,000 is small too.
No, it's like 500. They're all big numbers. Lives are important, Darren. Don't you understand this? Lives are important, and so because
only black lives.
No, that's not true. Black lives are the least important. That's why we have an All Lives Matter flag. But what I'm saying here is that knowing these things, like being like, hey, the biggest, like, because if the number was small enough that you'd attribute it to other things as well, right? So like, say if you say like 50 other people died walking into the room by the grocery store, and 50 people died at the laundromat, and then 100 people died over there. But
if you get hit by a bus and you had COVID,
I don't know. Stop bringing this story back. Let's not bring back old news. All I'm saying is this: is like if compared.
I'm just being an asshole. I'm sorry.
But if we're comparing all those numbers to the same, like if you say like, all right, it's like okay, all right, maybe 200 people die here, 100 people die here, whatever. But the 200 is actually 500 or 400. Then it's like, hey, maybe we should pay attention to that door over there and just make sure that nobody goes into that door, because clearly that's doing the most. That's what's bringing up the numbers. That's what I think. I think you're right. Numbers don't necessarily matter, but if you compare them to other numbers in the same situation, and like if all numbers seem equal, then all of a sudden you find out this one number is actually more important than everything else that's happening here. Then it's like, well, we could have maybe like not had this happen to people who didn't have the disease in the first place. So it's okay. But then he talks about grabbing and groping women.
Lying is bad, Darren.
Lying is bad.
Lying.
Yeah. He tells people he's Italian. That's why it's okay to grab women and kiss them on the cheek.
What?
He's like, yeah. He's like, I'm Italian. It's not a big deal. Like, it's okay if I kiss them on the cheek or hug them inappropriately. It's not a big deal. It's an Italian love. That's what it is.
I get him by the face.
Yeah. You say, come on my house. Stay in New York.
You know what I get?
Yeah.
My mother.
Yeah.
Bless her soul. She taught me to grab people by their fucking ears and lick their forehead. My mother taught me to get a man and smooch his cheeks a few times just to make sure he knew who was really in control.
Exactly. He puts the hand by the back of your neck. He lets him know, like, all right. So
the collar tie.
Yeah, it's like, you want to know? It's like, now you know. Like, basically grab you like a kitten, a young kitten. Just scrunch up your neck real quick for me so I can just grab you and lift you up. But yeah. Like he says always a bunch of shit. Like he tells when people were leaving New York during the pandemic, he's like, "Come on, stay. I'll make a family dinner for you. I'll make you a nice dinner. I'll make you a home dinner. Come on, stay. Come on, pay the taxes. Stay." I'm like, "You meatball. You goddamn goofball. You and your brother need some help."
I mean, all right, I don't know what he's accused of.
I just told you. He's this lady come out, so it said that he groped her with the door open and then closed the door and groped her again, and then she left. It was at work in the office.
Her in what? Or like groped her where?
In her boobs.
Touched her where?
Her breast.
Oh no.
Yeah. He said to help. He said when she said she called to Cuomo's office in the executive mansion to help with a technical problem with his mobile phone. Once she arrived, he began groping her, first with the door open, and again after closing the door when he reached under her shirt to touch her breast, she alleged. She was left confused and taken aback, she said, and once back in the car, she struggled with what just happened.
And how long ago was this?
I believe this was last year? No, on the new, let's see. This is what she said was a string of unwanted encounters for about 2 years. I think this was in the last 2 years. Maybe it was recently. It doesn't say. In November. I'm guessing it was in 2020.
I mean,
It was.
like,
It was.
that sucks.
Yeah, it was like 2020. That'd be 2020, I think.
Like, there's no justification that I can think of for your hands to be near a woman's tit in an office. Like, here, I'll put it to you like this. I was mounted on top of a woman yesterday, and I wanted to get an underhook, and I turned my palm away, which opens my own elbow,
Yeah.
just to make sure that he knew that I wasn't trying to get any side boob action. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I'm laying on top of her with a reason to put my hand right here,
Yeah.
because I want this handle. I want to take an elbow that's tight to the body and open it up so I can slide up to a better position, right? And because I respect the person underneath me, I want to A, get that position, but B, make sure that they don't think that there's any possibility that I tried to cop a feel. So if I'm able to essentially touch your boobs without touching your boobs, in a situation where it's not even that weird to have touched your boobs,
Right.
how the fuck are you in a situation getting called, like, you did this shit? You did this shit. Like, unless we're dealing with a pathological liar on the other end, like,
No.
which I guess is probably even money.
Yeah.
If you're in a political office, you might be a molester or you might be a pathological liar. The chances of each are pretty fucking high, actually. The fact that you're physically in that office means that there's a very decent chance that you're one or the other.
Yeah. And then you have 3 more people come out and say that, like, say something sim. What'd you say?
By the way,
What?
I got that.
What?
I fucking got it.
Got what?
That underhook.
Oh yeah, you got it. Good.
There.
Good. I moved on in my head. I was just like, like I don't even think about that. Like
I collected that underhook.
I never even think about that. I never even think about like grabbing the boob, and then I'm just like, all right, man, I'm just trying to get this underhook. I don't really give a fuck because in about 2 seconds you're gonna tap.
On where they put their elbows.
Oh, I don't. I mean, I get what you're saying. I just like I don't even put any mind to it because I'm like, I'm gonna tap you in about 10 seconds anyway. So if I accidentally touch your boob, you can understand that I did that to get you to submit.
See, that sounds terrible.
It's like
That's exactly the interpretation I don't want to have happen, Anthony. That's the kind of interpretation that can get me banned from jiu-jitsu.
that is true, right? It is true that gets you banned from jiu-jitsu.
Make-
I was like,
and I'm glad I did it.
yeah, I'm not
Like-
glad I did it, but I'm just saying like I wasn't here. I'm not here for pleasure. I'm here for a mission.
I told a story about you.
Yeah, exactly.
It's my story though, so that's in my story. You were glad you did it.
I'm not glad. I said I'm here for. I have a problem. I'm trying to solve it.
You don't get to say how you felt in my story.
And your story is true. You know, I guess you're right. I guess that's true. If it's your story, this is Darren's story. Can I be like 6'2"?
Sure,
Yeah. All right. Cool.
but that just makes it worse.
Oh shit! Thank you for reminding me. There was a story yesterday I wanted to tell you about. Oh my god! I gotta find it now. Let me put the picture.
Bring it back so I can see your actual face.
Oh yeah. Well, just a second.
My face, Jesus Christ.
All right, there we go. All right, let's see. What was the thing? Let's see. It was great.
You have a story to tell?
Black mask news. Where is it? Can't find the article anymore. So there was I have to look for it. But the article essentially was that this guy like bought one of those like $800, $900 like masks of like, and basically it was like a black guy and would just use that to commit robberies. Ah, there we go. I found it. There we go. Share the screen real quick. Start sharing. You see this?
Whoa.
Right?
What?
Yeah. Let me share that with the
Whoa.
audience too. Hold on.
That's genius.
Right? It's kind of genius. White guy disguised as black guy robs bank.
But they got him anyway.
But yeah, it was happening in Ohio, but in Hamilton. But yeah, well, the only reason why it happened is because I think they found his car with like one of those like dye bags like exploded, So they realized that they were able to figure it out, because I think they saw the car that like went from like this place somewhere else, and they looked inside like, oh, there's a dye bag, and they're like, yeah, he probably did it. But yeah,
That's a pretty clever thing to do, though.
it is.
Just to be transracial for business purposes, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Rachel Dolezal thought she was black. She really felt that inside, you know. This dude was like, hey, if they're looking for a black guy, you know who they won't be looking for? Me.
He's also pretty efficient too. He hit 5 places in 3 hours.
Well, you don't get when you rob a bank these days.
Right.
Each of those robberies might have been like a couple grand.
Yeah, but still, it's still quick though. It's still quick.
But you imagine bank robbery? Don't you imagine like thousands, maybe hundreds of thousands of dollars?
Only if the vault is open.
Anthony, you have watched the right movies.
Yeah. If the vault is closed, I think the manager will let a few people die.
Only if the vault is open.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you're just dealing with the teller, you're only gonna get like $3 to $5 grand at the most, and then you're gonna be running for your life over that small amount of money. It sucks. But don't be a fucking drug addict. Don't become a bank robber.
But still, to hit like 4 banks in like 3 hours, like you gotta get in. It's like you have to have a script.
Bing bang bong.
Yeah, like you come in, cut. Like, how do you stop the silent alarms? I guess if you do.
Better than your first, though, Anthony.
What'd you say?
I said, is your last robbery better than your first?
No.
That's the measure, man. You know.
It wasn't, clearly, because that's how he got caught.
Is it?
Yeah, because.
Or would he have gotten caught? Was he caught for all 4 of them?
Probably was caught for all 4 of them. They probably just saw. Yeah, they probably saw. Yeah.
So, like, in the 4th one, I would like to think that you'd be more efficient than you were before, you know?
But you're tired.
That you just did a better job.
But you're tired.
Whatever it means. That you were able to do a better job the last time. That you hurt less people. That you got more money. That you figured out, oh, they fucked me by doing this. This time, this is my 4th robbery today, bitch. I know where your fucking tricks are.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Like hopefully, his robberies improved each time.
Yeah.
That's a growth mindset, Anthony.
That's fine. I get it. I think I would have done it. I would have done it better, though.
Why you got to be competitive?
I mean, you got to have friends that do this as well. You can't be the only one wearing a black guy running around. Guys, everybody goes separately.
I would be like, yes, this is my chance to be Asian.
Just to be Asian.
I've been waiting for this.
Honestly, though, like if all you did was put a Gucci, like those Gucci glasses on, and then like get a COVID mask over that face, you could probably get away with that. Like a strong move, like nobody would tell.
Yeah, dude.
Because like especially if the lips don't move, if you just put it, yeah.
Like, I'm Thai or something. I would just like get a little bit of color on me. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Shave my head.
Put on a mask and you're good to go. Yeah, that's it.
Put a little. I'm Thai as fuck. It would be great. Now, were there gaps between the mask and his face, or is it like one of those movie masks where it was like really on his face?
What they said was it was a movie mask. They said it was like an $800, $900 mask, Hollywood quality mask that cost $600 to $700. So
wow,
yeah,
he invested in that. I wish it had worked out for him.
Yeah. He's an immigrant trying to make money. What can you say?
It has been an incredible episode. 319 is a success, in my opinion. And I'm looking forward to 320. Just to be clear, I have also started another podcast. That podcast I'm a co-host of. I am the sidekick, if you will, to Jessica Evil Eye. Her podcast is called How I See It. And it's going to be available on all platforms that you would like it to be, starting right motherfucking now. So check that out. There's 2 episodes out right now. We're recording the next episode tomorrow. So you can DM me with things you want to talk about that. And I want to give a shout out to that left a comment today on my YouTube. I got a comment today that was like, something about like, I like the part when you jerk off with your other hand. And I was like, what? And I was like, I just decided to respond to it. And I was like, yo, thanks for following my OnlyFans. I fucking have love for you. So, if you want to 30 seconds of incredible activity on OnlyFans, I am on there with my real motherfucking name, and I ain't scared. Give me your $8. I'll see you out here. Anthony, you're a king. And I'll talk to you tomorrow.
Yep.
To the rest of the internet, I must say the same things I always say to you. Goodbye, internet. Anthony, peace.
Peace.